When the world gets cold, I stretch my hands into the pockets of my soul, uprooting the young cause I'm trying to grow old, and only time will tell that which has not been told. But what is time without clocks? The doors are closed and I never learned how to break locks. You see, there's something fragile packed in my voice box, so I handle it with care. That means I'm scared to talk. Won't swallow my pride, I'm scared to choke. Let it slide, I'm scared to walk. I try to capture truth with the snapshots of life, flashing before my eyes. Troubled youth caught in a strife, dashing before I die, laughing before I cry, thirsting before I dry. I'm nothing, but nothing is something, so why should I shy? What's on the other side? I'm searching, I don't know what I will find. But feeding the flesh and fasting the mind had me feeling depressed, till I couldn't see what's on the other side. But on the surface there's so much depth, but how far can the eye dive? The matrix won't let me escape, but I have to take my last steps and fly. And so soul becomes love, love becomes truth, truth becomes light, light shows a path that was never in sight. And soul becomes love, love becomes truth, truth becomes light, light shows a path that was never in sight.
What's in the pockets of your soul? Nigga, you loving your soul, nigga. I love that, man. And guess what? Yeah? What did you say about time telling? What did you say?
Rooting the young because I'm trying to grow old.
Time. And whatever you say, time will not tell. Time is the only one will tell.
Time will tell, and I never learn how to.
Time is a fucking snitch.
Yeah,
time just reveals it out. I love that. I love that. Is that a drum or a poem?
That's a closer. It's a poem, but it closes the first project, Tell Us. The last jam. Hey man, this is Leleshwa.
Tell me about it.
This is Leleshwa.
Leleshwa.
Yeah, so it's just
Smart stick. Clear negative energy. You guys do not prep for me like I'm negative or anything.
Nah. It's just
I can take negative energy out of me.
Yeah, you can do whatever. Yeah, and just to
light the bundle, then blow out the flame.
Yeah, it's been blown out already. So
mindfully, they said mindfully move around the space. So how do I walk mindfully, man? Like a tipito or something? You know best.
I don't know.
Is this your product?
Nah, this it was a gift.
Alright.
It just also just makes the vibe a little bit different.
What?
Yeah, man.
All
Anyway. Alright, man. We can get this popping. Finally. Is it finally? It's like Black has been prepping your arrival every day.
Really?
Like, you know, Muki
never. He doesn't give a shit about me.
He does give a shit. He does give a shit. He's like Muki out here doing some amazing stuff. So I was just prepping. I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah. I've seen you with Black working on a couple of stuff, and it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
The manner in which you approach things, the manner in which you do your stuff. It's interesting is limiting, but it's unique. So I've been looking forward to break bread with you, and
we finally,
yeah?
man. So dude, the reason we're here, is something that you've brought to life, man.
Yes.
Yeah. You've made, this is, what is it called? You've turned your thought into a thing. This is a tangible
art.
Yeah, you hold it. It's
tangible
yours.
art. Thank you.
It's yours.
Thank you. Tangible art.
Yeah, invisible optics.
Invisible optics. My first book, essays, poetry. So what happens is, I describe various segments of this life that I've lived. Okay. And in essay format.
Yeah.
And the intense moments, I've captured them in poetry form.
Yeah.
Like for example, when I'm so I start with my family's frequency. It's a chapter. My family's frequency. I'm trying to give you an insight into a simple home of a family living in the lakeside of Kisumu. How they live. Yeah, so there's the dining table, there's the evening where people have to converge on the dining table. What do you do before that?
Yeah.
Were you at some gym around the hood, lifting stones, and then you come back home, do you have some headphones?
Yeah.
I talk about music as a key part of my day-to-day activities growing up. I've talked about a radio. I've talked about a radio that my father gave to me as a present.
Yeah.
And I was surprised that he gave me this present. It was an FM,
AM.
yeah. This radios, this old school transistors. Yeah. All right. Scary.
But dude, let me just do this. Let me pick up on I like the title of Family's Frequency.
My family's frequency. Yeah.
Because the term frequency sometimes says, oh, you're frequently showing up.
All right.
There's also consistency in that. There's also the scientific aspect of what a frequency is.
Yeah.
And then there's also everything is vibration. And a family is where we source most of our wisdom or even our madness. We source a lot of things
from our family.
Yeah, and then we show up to the world from there. So like how you've talked about the radio. So I'd like you to like connect that with
the radio.
With everything.
So the radio being that device, and I'm sure this is a conversation we've been having, right?
Yeah.
So I've tried to capture that. It's a transistor radio. And my grandma had this. Let me not talk about. My dad gave me that FM radio, FM AM.
Yeah.
So what was interesting, it had a 3.5 millimeter jack. So I decided to look for headphones. So there's a friend of mine. It's called Kenneth.
Yeah.
I remember this dark guy, and he had electronics, and he had this headphones, studio headphones. And so the bargain was, for this pair of headphones, I'll need your British Knight sneakers and 600 shillings.
Well,
I can't pay you 600 shillings,
man.
It's the 90s, man, That's how I tell you, I'll pay you that 600, but in 6 installments.
Okay.
So like, all right, here. It was a hard deal because I had to give him the British Knight sneakers. We had the fashion sense coming up. We were influenced a lot by this, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my ritual was coming from doing whatever I was doing during the day. Just before dinner, I used to plug in the headphones into the radio.
Yeah.
And then tune. Okay, trying to tune different stations. Now, the amazing thing was, in between tuning this transistor. Yeah, transistor is the technology they use to build those radios. If you're trying to get a certain frequency, sometimes the tuning effect goes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you start hearing sounds that you can't even, And I can tell you for a fact, I felt projected to a place like Timbuktu, right? And I could find myself around griots, reciting poetry in Bambara, and the local dialect, playing kora, plucking the kora, and narrating, ordeals that they've endured in the desert, and it's more or less like a DMT trajectory, like you're out of this world, and then when you move to another frequency, you're back here.
I'm back on
Louis, because they call me Louis at home. Kujeni mukule.
Yeah. Snap.
Yeah. Let me go eat. So that device, that transistor, even Jonathan Davis of Korn, he has a song called Twisted Transistor.
Yeah.
They talk about the radio. It's a very important device that was in homes, most homes. So for me, that device was at home, and it was at home in the city and up country. It was always there, and it nurtured. Let me use this term, oddity. It nurtured my affinity to sound. So I loved sound, and this sound, I could make it while I'm speaking or make it when I'm listening to music. Okay. Wow. So the radio played a key part in terms of nurturing my abilities as a performer, and I won't say musician, but as an artist.
And that has evolved to now the invisible optics.
Invisible optics.
Like you've transitioned from, you've gone all through those phases, just from a specific moment. I like that you can trace your origin story. Like you can trace, this is exactly what happened. There's a device, there's a place, there's a set and setting. And then, so how does that come from your family's frequency to where we are now? Like, how does that come from that? Like, what's the journey
to where we are now?
Yeah, to having
to where we are now as a father, as an artist, as a businessman, as someone who's trying to make the day better.
Yeah.
Man, it's a long journey. It's a if as a father, I've tried.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better than how my father was towards me. I'm trying to be a better person to my son than how my father was towards me. My father was brought up by my grandfather.
Yeah.
Who was part of the silent generation. Keep your head down and do as you're told. So, in whichever manner I inflict my teachings to you, as a parent, you're supposed to just take it.
Take it away. Yeah.
He took it that way and he tried to transfer it to me. And it didn't work because it was violence. And I abhor violence. And so the reason why, it's not that I don't love him, I would have loved him more. And this is Invisible Optics is part of the process where I'm trying to make that effort to reach out to him. Like, I have this trauma, I have this scar. Can we talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
People will dismiss it and say, like, that's some white boy shit.
No.
I mean, come on, man.
No.
If you have a child, you need to discipline them. Yeah, it's okay. You can do that. But I think it should be up to a certain age. And then also now you need to nurture the child differently, because for me, violence, I think it's counterproductive because it really affected my confidence. And I really struggled in trying to find my way around. You know, because confidence is important. When you're in school, you need to assert yourself in a certain level so that you can participate, so that you can have outcomes, right? And not only in school, now out here you have to also be relevant in the economy. You have to seek for employment, or if you're doing business, you know, you have to assert yourself in key roles to try and be productive. But when your confidence suffers, then your optimal you
don't realize who you are.
Exactly. So it is an attempt to try and make amends, you know, because I feel my attempts towards reaching out to my father was like someone at the summit of a mountain and him is at the peak, you know. So it's either a long journey to try and make it, which you may not. So that's why I had to put the thoughts down on paper. So the intense moments, I've captured them in a poem. The intense moments of the violence. And believe me, bro, violence is real.
Violence
because
is real.
You inflict and I feel.
I do.
So, and it happens severally. Then now, years later, you realize this is what you need to do. You need to make peace. You need to come to terms and forgive. And maybe forget if you can, which I don't know. So you can forgive. So that is an attempt of what? Of trying to find a resolution. So let's say you find the resolution. Okay, we've hashed it out, we're okay, you know? But is there what it takes to sustain it? Is this sustainable? Can you sustain this resolution? What is required to sustain it? That's invisible optics. That's right here. Okay? So, because you've asked me from then
to now.
So here I am now. And then, man, I lost my mother last year. I've been motherless for 1 year. It's a very horrible experience. And nothing can numb it. You can use everything you want to use out here. You can drink everything you want to drink. But it is there. So I decided to confront grief head on. I don't know if it worked, but I think I made an effort and maybe it helped me cope. I've captured that when I've tried to describe my mother's last moments in this life that we live. So grief, I've tried to tackle grief as well. So I've tackled trying to make peace in the family, grief, my journey as an artist, and also family. So family brings in race and ethnic relations. I'm a black man and I'm married to a white woman. I've also captured growing up. One of my neighbors was a white boy. He was called Abe. And the funny thing, Abe means, it's German for what? My father is, Abe is, my father is joyful, which was quite contrary to my experience, you know?
Yeah.
So I used to call white people the TV people because I used to see them on the TV. So this one time, I go to the backyard in Nyali in Mombasa. I go to the backyard, and I see the TV people. I see his, I was like, wow, the TV people. I was like around 6 years old.
Yeah.
Wow, the TV people are here. So, he approaches me. We didn't talk. We are kids. We just need to play. We played without even speaking, or So little did I know, I was gonna shack up with a blonde-eyed, blue-eyed, blonde hair, blue-eyed, So race and ethnic relations, it's very harsh out here, man, especially when you travel to countries in Europe. My experience in Europe is horrible. Like my introduction to it, because I went there when it was winter. Oh man,
Yeah.
And I had to get used to that cold,
It's a whole different
Yeah, you try
scenario.
talking to the black girls there, they look at you from... The black girls in London, they look at you from head to toe.
They
don't give a shit about you. And look at this African lamb,
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Yeah.
And that rejection is very resounding. So, because there's a lot that is projected out here, like black people are united, black people need to be together.
Yeah.
When you go out there, you find a totally different story.
Yeah.
The people who gave me, surprisingly, the people who welcomed me and gave me warmth and shelter and family were white people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I dig like what I've picked from. You've captured a lot. You've covered a lot of ground, which is
on you now.
Previously, you were talking about your dad, your mom, and how their influence, one way or another, their presence, their absence, is one of the factors that led to the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's this thing I know, like art. One of the functions of art is to redeem our ancestors.
Yes.
And redeem the people who brought us here.
Yes.
And do you think through all those experiences, like you said, you're turning the pain, the violence, the grief,
Yes.
all those things. Like, for example, grief, they say, like, grief gives us gravity, Like, it kind of is the same. It grounds us. And if you actually tap into it, so is that something you can get from invisible optics?
Yes.
Like, all those things that
I like the way you've captured it.
Yeah.
Grief gives us gravity.
Yeah, like it
sort of roots you to the pain.
Yeah.
Because it never goes.
And you have to accept that it's there.
Yeah, my father is 73. I think he lost his mom when he was around 40, but the pain is still the same, Grief, say that again? Grief gives us gravity.
Yeah.
It roots you to the pain. Now, so for example, as black people, more often than not, we just want to sweep things under the rug. I'm not supposed to be talking things like this anyway. I think actually some of my siblings are going to take it negatively. But then, let's speak of siblings now. Actually, in the acknowledgements, I've not named my brothers, but I've asked them a question. I've said, my brothers, are we each other's keepers? All right? Because, you see, when you're a parent and you have X number of kids, what happens is you will try and instill discipline and set examples. Who do you use? You use your firstborn child. Okay? So you confront your firstborn, right? You inflict discipline on him so that the others can learn. But do you know what happens? They end up having contempt for him. Because he just gets beaten like a dog. What is he going to tell us? There's no precedent he can ever set. You get? So it's counterproductive. Yeah, I'm really trying to tackle this thing of violence in the home. Because more often people focus on violence towards mother. But what about violence towards the offspring? So some homes are really hectic because then there's both. So for mine, I never saw violence towards my mother. I never saw that. But I think my father really needed to bring up his children in a certain way, and the farm hand was the way, without knowing the toll. So the point I have here for that is called possible outcomes, because I felt like I wanted to kill him, but I couldn't. You know, when a man is striking you, because I was a teenager, you know, and even to my early adulthood, past 18, still I had confrontations with him. And I felt some type of way. I felt like I need to defend myself. And in the process of doing that, there's several outcomes. Now, the poem Possible Outcomes also, I know I talk highly about my mother, but I've also challenged her. And when I was doing this, when I wrote this poem, she was still alive. But after she died, I wanted to remove it, but then I decided to keep it. Because she played a part in the violence. She condoned it.
She observed.
Yeah, she condoned it, and she would encourage it to try and keep the home stable. The firstborn child has to be in line. So I used a certain phrase where I said, "Today, mother, I'm cutting this umbilical cord because you're reaching out for is harm." So, because the generation of women who my mother was are the women who are submissive, the women are cooperative, the women who will support their husbands in trying to keep the home stable. Possible Outcomes also talks about, now because violence is inflicted on me, I also met it out on the younger siblings. So my one of my brothers, I had a confrontation with him. And the last of us is so scary, man, because we had that fist whatnot. Something happened, and he's down, and he's not breathing. He's not breathing. I'm shaking him trap, and I'm like, oh shit, what have I done? The guilt, the sickness of it, to try and comprehend what I've done. And I shake him and I'm calling his name. And when he woke up, I breathed a sigh of relief. And I vowed never to. So there's a cascading effect of violence in the home. A cycle of violence in the house. It's hectic. That I think there needs to be different ways. I don't know how people can do it. I don't have a mind. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm just sharing with you my experience. And like I said, I think I mentioned to you, this is my first attempt. There's more after the visible optics. Now when my bare truth.
Visible optics now. We're going to see it.
There's some sort of hesitance. Because it's deep, bro. You know we love it deep.
Right? It has to be, has to be. But yo, you know, the cycles, the generational trauma, all these things, this is you're healing, you know? And people think healing looks like you seated somewhere meditating. There's a jam we have here and we say, the healing took rhymes, the healing took sex, the healing took time, but the healing took place, you know? It doesn't matter, it can be shakeful, it can be violent, but through that process, you realize there's a Muki beyond the Muki that my dad was not able to see, or the Muki who doesn't show up in the context of family because he has to play the role of the firstborn. There's a deeper level of understanding of who you are. And the more you try and reach into that, it's not easy.
It is not.
But once you get there, I'm sure you'll be able to reveal so much to the world. And through that pain, like whatever it is, like someone needs to know that. Someone needs to see. So if there's ways you can share it, I think you have to go. So as you're saying, there's more coming. I want to know, like, can you give a hint of where you think you'll be headed after this? Like, what is the next? What are you contemplating? What's in the what is it called? In the pipeline, exactly.
What's in the off? So, in terms of invisible. So I'll speak to my stature. I'll speak to my stature right now. This being my first book, you have critics who are going to be like, yeah, it's his first anthology. Oh, everybody does poetry. My poetry is different. I know these critics are out here, and most of them are old school, you know. Yeah, and we're going to call them out. And yeah, it's okay, criticize me. I got one of the harshest critics. One of them is a professor that I really respect and is my mentor. He just told me, like, this is local. I'll work with you when you want to step on the big platform, but I'll give you my, what do you call it? My homage. I'll pay my homage because we are brothers. So on the next step, still, I'm inclined towards the non-fiction genre. Okay? Yeah. I tried doing fiction, man, but man, fiction was not really my thing. So non-fiction is my thing, you know. So over here, to describe the general experiences, I've used essays. The intense moments is poetry. And it's not just poetry that with rhymes at the end, because I'm a performer. I'm a performer. So I've tried to bring what I do on stage, you know. You're a performer as well.
Yeah.
You know, you can feel where the energy is towards the crowd, and you gravitate towards it, and you come back at the center of the stage, and then you decide to pull a sudden move and just look at someone dead in the eye. All that, I've captured those effects, those elements, and I've tried the best I could to put it on paper. So it's not a smooth process. It's not a smooth because we are dealing with the English language here. Yeah. It's not our language.
Kizungu.
Kizungu, yeah. All that Kizungu stuff, there's rules towards it. And you have to respect it. You have to acknowledge it. I'm saying acknowledge it. I don't want to say because the look I'm koloni. So you have to acknowledge it. So that's what. So in foresight, it's going to be a non-fiction project, and it's going to be bigger than what I've attempted to do. Not to downplay this effort. This effort is hectic. Yeah, it's taken 2 years. Not like I wrote all this in 2 years. This is beyond the 2 years. Yeah. There's been life experiences in between.
Previously, I mean, this is something we want to build on.
Yeah.
You have a project, $1 a day.
Yeah, that I did some time back with Achille Black.
And you've brought back the rhymes, the raps on one of the pages.
I did capture $1 a day. I put my niece here. My niece, I call her my niece. She's here. Nia. She's holding. This is the album cover. That's the album cover. $1 a day. Yeah, with Nia eating $1 bill.
Yeah. And this is the page. From here, I feel is where you go into your artist, your artist escapades and all these things.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is a chapter in your life. Yeah. If it's a chapter in the book, but it's also a proper chapter in your life. So I want to connect it with $1 a day. I think was done mostly in South Africa.
Yeah. We produced it in South Africa, in the Northwest Province of Mafikeng. Yeah.
Okay, and that's where you worked with Achille and all that.
I went there with Achille, Lerato, and all the artists I met in Southern Africa. Yeah. From Botswana, you name it. Angel and them, Brass and Bass, who used to play for the Oliver Mutukuti bars, Brass and Bass from Zimbabwe. I met some really dope cuts there.
Yeah, but also from what I can tell is that you move a lot. Like these movements that you do are just not like happenstance. I think traveling is your source of something. It gives something to you. Because even the album was in SA, not Kenya. And apparently you've mentioned UK, you've mentioned Thailand. So all this global moving, globe-trotting, and is it something that translates into Muki as an individual, the artist, the author?
Oh my goodness!
Like just give us the juice.
I don't know.
Should we travel as well as Maliza Rojo? What would that give to us? So give us the juice.
Maliza Rojo. I've always admired what you guys do, and it's for me. It's a pleasure. Now, why am I going to say it's a pleasure? Mad respect for me to be here, speaking with like minds. Now, the thing about travel is it takes you out of your comfort.
The places that welcome you.
For a very long time, I was not able to visit my wife.
Yeah.
Okay? I was not able to visit her. She had been coming over and over. She knew all my family. Yeah, we did our wedding in the village where my mom is buried. That's where we did the village.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she got to meet my mom, you know, before my mother passed. That's something I wanted, because she was very happy. You know how black mothers do, they call all their friends from the church and the drums and the singing. That was beautiful. So over a period of time, and you know how the grind is, I had a 9 to 5 and I couldn't take it anymore. So there's that period of time where I needed to clear my head, and I made concerted efforts towards going to my wife's land, hence England, and I got myself there. So in as much as the experience can be extreme, you know, because traveling in this later ages, because you know, is different from traveling when you're young. You can be able to absorb a lot and just be cool with it, rather than, you know, at a certain age. So that was my travel to England, was to endear the loyalty to my wife. Okay. Then traveling to Southern Africa, I'll tell you for a fact, where Black used to take me to play golf. It's still appetite there, I'd say, because I saw white people sitting at the lower restaurant, and then black people have to go up the stairs. Things like that, you know, in Southern Africa. Then you go to a place like Entebbe in Uganda, yeah, where it's just serene, and be you black or white or Indian, you're going to share the same restaurant, the same hotel, and everyone is going to be treated equally, you know. And Uganda has always been portrayed to have a very violent past, or to be very violent. But there's a lot of serenity, you know. So all these things, they make you, they sort of build, they take away from you, and some add more. Yeah, to create that balance.
And then the fact that there's a way places are portrayed. You see it through a medium, you see it through the TV, you hear about it, and then you go there, and you have your own unique experience. So you like, you see how Uganda is this way, you hear all these things. Even I have experience where it's like, people go to Zimbabwe and they're like, it's not what the news has been telling me it is. People go there and fall in love with the space. They find their own way of seeing the space. So that's amazing. And the fact that it's connected to your love, your hustle, your grind, it's a very pertinent part of who you are. Is it something that you saw yourself doing as you were growing up? Like, we're going to get about the griot, seeing yourself in the frequency. Is it something you...
So yeah,
that's a
very good question.
Something you manifested as a child,
because,
you thought about it?
Because it could be, am I running away from something? Or, you know,
you're going towards something.
What am I going towards, right?
Yeah.
So, but I have I want to visit Timbuktu. I'd love to visit Senegal and Dakar. I have peoples there. Yeah. I want to, you know, my friend was telling me, when you go to the desert, so, because Mali and Senegal, they're in the desert, right? So at night, what happens? You can feel like you're touching the sky because it's pale. What kind of effect is that, bruh? You tell me. It's the same thing when you go to Botswana. Yeah? When you go to Botswana, there is what? The Okavango Delta, there's Namib Desert or Namibia, right? And you feel like the sun is just here. You get that? And on the road, there's elephants, like big-ass elephants just chilling, flexing on you like, how long do you have? Because I'm not moving. You know, the experience is that it's up to you to interpret and see what you're going to hold and take back home with you.
So, Maliza Roho, we always pull one of them cards, you know? We pull one of them cards, you see where it leads us.
Yesterday I chose middle cards and I picked 2.
Yeah, which is cool. Which is cool.
All right.
So like, pick something and whatever is called.
So I'm going to pick the 4th and the 7th card from your 4th card from your, this is your left?
I can't even see the 4th.
Yeah, 4th card from your left and 7th card from your right.
Touch it.
Okay.
I think it's this one.
Yeah, 4th card from your left and 7th card from your right.
Touch it. You touch it yourself.
Okay.
I think it's this one. Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then the
7th
7th.
from here, yeah.
Is there 47?
I love those numbers.
You love 4 and 7.
4 is my birth date.
Your 4th December.
4th December.
Oh,
Actually,
Jigga. Yeah. December 4th.
Yeah,
A star was born.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Under what does it say? Grandma raves and Sujui died under a sycamore tree, and that makes me a more Sika MC. At he was conceived.
Exactly. Under the sycamore tree.
Anyway, it's all good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right.
All right, cool. All right, you share.
Hold up. Put it back. There's a double one here.
Don't
See
pick
that?
a double.
No, I'm not picking. I'm
Okay.
just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then pull it.
Yeah.
Pull
There
your
you
card.
go. Okay.
Maybe. Make sure it's 1.
Yeah, it's one.
All right.
Yesterday I picked a double.
All right. What you got?
What do I have? I'm going to show them first before I
Right.
even look at them. That's how I trust you. Should I even trust you? Negroes.
Trust
Folks. So here, you guys have, I've not even seen the tarots. Can you see them? Right?
So there is Ace of...
And it's upside down.
upside
Oh,
down.
it's upside down.
No,
okay.
it's fine. No.
All right.
Ace of Pentacles.
And Pentacles.
You guys are just giving you a mind fuck today, right? Oh, this
This is
okay.
Ace of Pentacles.
Oh
Wow,
my
this is such a beautiful. I've never seen this before.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I've never seen anyone pick this card.
What?
So we have
So it means I'm really fucked today. Shit.
King of Swords. It's so cool. I don't know what that means.
Oh, man.
Even
my
this
What's that?
King of Swords.
Yesterday I got an emperor. So today I got another sort of, there's something in terms of leadership that's hounding me. Yeah. Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
let's see. You know, these things
I'll show you guys, man.
all get revealed.
Yeah? These guys are doing some other, yeah? Oh, over here. Shit. Yeah? I'm about to know my fate, Kabucho.
So tell the folks.
Oh, shit.
King of Swords.
I gotta start with King of Swords.
Yeah, it's cool. And they're kind of next to each other. They're next to each other on the same.
at that.
And he picked 7 and 4 on this side. He's the one who said those numbers. You said those numbers. It's the same page, so you'll read. You know what? They're next to each other. That's crazy. And, say what?
They go fly.
Oh, cool. Let me just show. He picked on different numbers.
sides. One was
and
from the
they're
left,
on
one
the
was from the
same
right.
page. They're on the same chapter.
Shit.
Whoa.
4 and 7, that means there's something about 4 and 7, man.
To you,
Oh, shit. All right, so which one? This one or this one? Where can I read?
any. Yeah.
So, King of Swords, clear thinking, general meaning of the tarot, right? Clear thinking, mental clarity, great intellectual power, the final truth, receiving the message of the mind and intuition, decisive but flexible, ready for what life throws at you, a man who is on your side. You have firm convictions and act from a place of authority. You exude a calm but deep knowledge. Well, there's the reversed meaning. A subtle, quiet power, a deep inner truth. True power and authority comes from within. Also, one who misuses their power, using your influence to control and dominate others in an unjust way. Smarty pants, know it all. You are able to use your intellect to manipulate other people. Fuck! But you should not do this, and instead you should attempt to control your own ego. Affirmation. I harness the great intellectual ability within me.
Harness, that's my thing. Let's hear the other one. Let's see.
Oh my God.
We'll reflect.
All right, Ace of Pentacles. General meaning. A new start with money or in your career. A new job opportunity. A financial windfall. You may be looking at a new promotion or advancement when this card appears. A good sign that things will soon be changing for the better, especially in regards to money. A major sign of abundance, a gift, manifesting your goals, a blessing. You are getting the green light to move forward. That is the general meaning from the Ace of Pentacles, the reversed. Whoops! Opportunity has slipped out of your hands. Trying to hold on to things that aren't yours. Keyed up and stressed over financial issues, funky ethics around money, criminal schemes, money laundering.
Watch.
Holy shit! Funky ethics around money laundering, trying to collect, having your hand out, lack of planning. Don't count your chickens before they are hatched. Wait until you have proof before you take any big financial risks. Affirmation. I accept financial blessings with open hands. You can donate to the Maliza Rojo channel. You can buy invisible optics.
No. Wait.
What?
How do you feel about the readings?
You know I always fuck with the reverse, right?
Yeah.
But yo, man, I've not been involved in any criminal enterprises in the near future or even in the past.
In the near future.
Yeah.
It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reverse on the Pentacles is way harsher
Then the reverse.
than the King of Swords.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think what the Ace of Pentacles is saying is that I have embarked on a venture right now that is here, and that I am hoping that people are going to support me by copying the book and reading it and paying me the money, right? So that is my anticipation. I think the tarot read the anticipation that I have for my venture, because as an artist, and artists don't talk about this. We don't talk about money, right?
Yeah.
You know how to get the book, yeah? Oh, you know? Like, for example, when you put out work, you put it out so that it's appreciated fasting.
Yep.
Yeah? But then you also come up as an artist. When you're coming up as an artist, you more often than not, you have a job that supports your art. Yeah? So, I don't know. This thing's really messed with me, and I'm not going to even act like I understand, you know, but...
Yeah, but you have the affirmation, something, you know, affirmation means to make firm.
Okay.
So that means like, something you can hold on.
Yeah. So there was I harness the great intellectual ability within me, and I accept financial blessings with open hands.
So Muki, why should people care about you? Why should people care about your book? Why should people care about what you're doing? Why should they even like decide to get invisible optics?
Yeah.
Is there a reason? Or why should someone? Yeah. So if you tell the folks, man.
Yeah, because you should fuck with me.
Yeah.
Well, he wanted to say, why should people give a fuck about you? Or why should people fuck with you?
Yeah.
Right? It's all right. Because I won't say that I am the pillar of truth. I am
the alpha and omega.
The alpha and omega, the burning spear. No, it's because I've just shared with you my experience is right here. My life is right here. Yeah, a part of my life. I've talked to you about my upbringing, you know, and I've talked to you about my family, very intimate things. My mother, my late mom, my dad, my brothers.
To reciprocate.
My family. I've given you a peek into my life, and not in the hope that it's going to make your life better. This was a way of me to express myself, to have some form of healing, you know, not healing, but I don't want to use all
those words.
Yeah. It's just this is my work as an artist put out there. You can judge it, you can read it, you can, you know. So why should people fuck with me? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, why should peeps fuck with you?
Because
man?
people know what Muki Garang is. People know Muki Garang stands on stage and talks about Africa, its plight, and how it affects us. If Muki Garang is writing a poem about Zimbabwe, you know the kid in Dandora who was his hands on a Muki Garang song, be it Tabia Zetu, yeah, be it Upuzi, you know, be it you know what you're listening to is directly resonates with what you're going through. It's the voice of truth, and I'm not going to stand here like the burning spear of a pillar of truth, but the truth is that my work put out in form of this book captures what I go through every day, be it family, be it work, be it love, be it sex, you know, be it lack of confidence, be it your ego, it's all here. So that's why you should fuck with me. Buy and read and share the thought processes that you're able to interpret over here. So that's one reason. The second reason is I think you should care about what I say because I am a father, okay? I'm a brother, yeah? Wow, I'm an artist. Yeah, we artists have a very challenging way of going about life because of how we express ourselves. People more often than not don't take us seriously, you know. So when you can imagine trying to make a living and people don't take you seriously, yeah. So that's why you should mess with this, yeah.
That's dope, and those are dope points why anyone should fuck with anyone.
Yeah, because you guys fuck with me too. I mean, you don't just fuck with anybody.
And you fuck with that. You're here, an author showed up, man. That's crazy. That's dope, man. And so from there, also I say why I will fuck with you is because you've transitioned you've lived your life and seen like I need to move to the next phase from rapper to author. You've pivoted. We were talking about rapper turned actor. Now you're a rapper turned author, and that's also dope. Yeah. And that trajectory is not able for not so many people can access that trajectory. And not so many people can write a book, even if they have a book inside them. Most people want to say their stories. Yeah. So if you can just give a word, a tip, how would you be able to write a book, transition? Okay. How do you harness that intellectual ability?
That's a really good one, yeah?
Yeah.
Because you've just put me on the spot.
Yeah.
You've just x-rayed my thought process. So, first of all, you know, when you're putting out 16 bars, you can become anyone you want. You can become Thor. You can become Batman.
Yeah.
You can become Spider-Man. When you're doing that 16, you can transform into that character, spit your 16, and when that verse is done, you go back to being you. Okay? But you can do that over here if you're writing fiction. But this is non-fiction. Okay? So it means this is a work in progress. Like, I think I'm still a work in progress, yeah? It means this is not instant. It's not instant coffee, you know? You have to brew it.
It's not microwave.
Yeah, you have to brew that Arabica until you get that sense, and, you know, then like, it's a work in progress. It takes time. Some of the poems that are here, they were raps, but they turned into poetry, yeah? Because when I was doing them, as raps, there was a different expression that I was leaning towards or I was identifying myself with. You get what I mean? Then later on, when there's the confidence and there's the ability to relate clearer and with the affirmation, it turns into poetry. And that's why I love poetry, because the only sound you hear is the voice of the poet.
Yeah, there's no beat.
There's no beat to it. Yeah. So the transformation from rapper to author, it comes out of seeking truth.
Being authentic.
Truth is bitter. Truth doesn't taste good, but it's part of us. You know. So my work is a work of truth, and it is my life that I've shared with you.
So yeah, so you're saying to write a book, live the life. The book you have to live. You have to have the book inside you.
Yeah, because you see, if you're doing
Live
non-fiction, you come up with if you're doing fiction, you're coming up with characters. You're creating a world of your own, which is technically it's hectic.
Yeah.
You know all these novels and stuff like that. You know, that's hard work and stuff like that. Non-fiction is not easy either.
Yeah.
Because you are putting your life out there. You know. Yeah. It's like Kim Kardashian on a tape. You know, she put her sex tape out there. You know, that's her way of doing that.
Yeah.
And then, see, for this, when you put out these words, I'm taking you to our house in Kisumu.
Yeah.
I'm taking you to our dining table. I'm taking you to my bedroom. You know, I'm taking you to my kitchen. I'm taking you to my mother's grave. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sharing with you my life.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even, and to my plates, your taste palettes, I'm messing with them. Sound, music, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm also sharing with you the effects of fear, doubt, yeah, that are always constantly knocking somewhere, always around somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I express it. So there's no answer to it that's like a yes or no.
Solid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's something that you have to
Figure
draw
it out.
from.
Yeah.
And figure it out for yourself.
That's
you
what
know what I mean?
Kwapa Maliza Roho,
Maliza
man.
Roho, yeah?
You have to do, yeah. And you know, you can, if you check out Wikipedia pages, even if it's Quentin Tarantino, whatever, you always see influences, people who shaped them, all directors, authors, whatever. You always see there's no Wikipedia page where someone's just, I did this.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you have
Influences,
peeps,
yeah.
you have people who've shaped
You're
you,
right.
who've you've pulled from, you've borrowed here, or we've met in life. If you can shout them out and also tell the peeps where to cop the book,
Yeah.
where to cop the book, where to get it,
All
and
right.
things like that. Yeah.
Okay. So,
As we round it up, tukimaliza roho sasa.
yeah, who's that playing that shit? Okay. So, first of all, I'd like to shout out my manager, Diana Kanzi Oyo. Thank you so much for putting up with my shit. I'm not an easy person to be around. Coming from the corporate world and to, actually manage, to manage talents, right? I think it was baptism in fire for her. Because, she believed in, when I pitched to her, she believed in the pitch. But when the rubber met the road, she stuck with it. So Diana Kazioyo, mad respect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then also there's people that I worked with that are not here with us in the physical form, in this material form of things. Yeah, in respect of the memory of Odwa Shweli, and more so in respect of the memory of my loving mother. It's sad that you're not here with me today to see the kind of artist I turned out to be. Yeah.
I'm blessed, bro.
Oh, goodness. Sorry about that.
Nah.
Sorry about
Okay.
that. So,
It's cool.
yeah. See, the thing, what happens is usually is more often than not, when people are artists, or you don't even know what to call yourself, but you produce and you try to, tell your parents what you do.
Yeah.
They never get it.
They never get it.
But at some point, she sort of understood the newspaper a bit because, if she had my byline was on the papers, she'd go to the kiosk and buy it. So, to my mother, rest in peace, and thank you so much for the support you gave. A lot of other artists as well, who are not even within this genre that we work in. Yeah, the likes of Fali Pupa, the Kapla Befel. Yeah, he's been an inspiration, and he's been you know, there's a certain form of support, like the kind of support you have here at Maliza Rojo when you're interacting. Well, I'm interacting with people like you. It gives essence to artistry and creativity. So, thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it.
Where can the pips cop the book, man? Where
Oh,
can they-
word. Okay, right here. Invisible Optics. You can get Invisible Optics from mukigarang.media. Mukigarang.media. Hit up mukigarang.media on browsers, on Twitter, whichever platform you are on. You
We'll put the link in the description.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all do that for me.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Man.
You're a guest, man.
Thank you so much. Mukigarang.media. Mukigarang.media. That's where you're going to get and we'll bring it to your doorstep. Yeah, we'll bring it to your doorstep. You know. Yeah, and you can have the book, can relish in it, enjoy it. Invisible Optics, yo. You know what I mean? So,
one last sentence. If you can leave someone with one sentence, very few words, you can just something someone can hold on to from you, whatever it might be. It might be a cliche phrase, it can be a metali, it can be a lyric, it can be a line from your book.
Okay.
Just something to close it off.
All right. Okay, that would be, there needs to be the desire to resolve conflict, and there has to be the willingness to sustain the resolution.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope, man, and
right.
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
bro.
God, cool.
All right.
Cool, man. We out. Maliza Rojo, man.